What is up, YouTube? McIntyre here. Today I wanted to make a video talking about Rehgar, as a lot of people have requested me to make this video. Rehgar, as of recent, has become very meta, uh, all because of talent bloodlust, and I wanted to talk about kind of how to play Rehgar and give you some tips and tricks on things you should be looking to do as him, as I feel a lot of players are picking this hero up because of his strength at the moment, but don't really have a firm understanding of him, and because of this they're causing kind of more pain to their team by picking Rehgar rather than, helping by picking Rehgar, right? If you don't understand a hero fundamentally, then taking him just because he's strong doesn't necessarily mean good things. I do want to also say before this video starts, I am on my laptop. I have a different setup, so I may sound a little bit different, but I hope to bring you the same type of quality video. With that said, we're going to jump straight into the talents, and we're going to talk about the talents and how we want to be using them. The first talent choices that I think are the most important here are going to either be Colossal Totem or Lightning Bond. When do we want to take Colossal Totem? So I typically take this Colossal Totem if my team is going to be chasing the enemy down, or if we have low CC. This is going to increase the range and area of the Earthbind Totem by 50%. As you can see, the range of the totem is far superior to the untalented range of the totem, as well as the area affected. So we have an area affected and untalented range totem. We'll level it up and we'll take another look at it now. As you can see, substantial space, both created at a range and around the totem. So this is, again, really good if your team's going to be chasing the enemy down. If you don't have much CC to stop the enemy, Rehgar obviously can do things like, let's say this is a tank, he can charge at the tank and then drop the totem on the back line, and then your team can proceed to chase after. If your team doesn't need CC, and if it's on a map such as Battlefield for Eternity or Infernal Shrines, where you are playing on an objective and damage matters, then we might want to take Lightning Bond. So Lightning Bond is going to cast Lightning Shield on an ally, and you get an untalented version of the shield. Okay, so we can go test it on a minion, right? So if you're ever pushing a wave, you can Lightning Shield the minion, and you will get the shield yourself. This will help you push the wave down if you're by yourself. The other way you can do it, let's say you're doing an easy camp, is throw your totem, and the totem can deal damage to the camp, right? It's very important here too that you center your totem. You don't cast it like here, right? Now you're wasting damage. You want to be casting it in between, and you want to stand in between. Right? This goes the same for like BOE. If you're trying to do the boss on BOE, you probably should put your totem on the boss maybe after the spin has happened, and then cast the shield, right? You don't necessarily have to do it on the minion wave if there's no one around, as honestly you can just do the lightning shield on the minion and that'll work just as well. But it also works really well if you're dueling somebody. So a lot of the times when you're in a 1v1 with Rehgar, this talent works really well because you can bite the person, and following up the bite you would want to totem where they're running, right? Not where they are. Again, I see a lot of people bite and then totem the person. You're kind of wasting your totem. The kind of proper way that you want to do it is you would bite, and then let's say they're running up to the right, you would totem where they're running, right? So now they have to deal with the slow all the way, instead of, if you put it on top of them, a little ways to go out of it. So this is really important, and you can then pair this kind of trick with a lightning shield on that totem. So now they have to run through a lightning shielded totem while you have your lightning shield. And this is important because lightning shield was just buffed. So as you can see, I just dealt 3,000 damage. This is untalented. This is just me punching this person before any talents are taken into consideration. So Rehgar has a great ability to 1v1, and this is another reason why he's so strong at the moment, as long as you use your abilities correctly. So we're now going to look at our level 4 talents. Again, I think that there are two choices here that are correct. You have the jungle choice, and this is the choice if your team, if you're gonna be doing a lot of PvEing for your team, and like Blackheart's Bay, Garden of Terror, maps where you're even Towers of Doom. This is not terrible. Maps where you're running around a lot in wolf form and you're jungling a lot, right? Because you can heal yourself up this way and make sure that you don't run out of mana. It's also very strong with just being able to regenerate that mana, and it helps in kind of a sustained war. The talent that I've personally always loved on this hero, and very relevant now with these heavy health tanks that we have, is going to be Healing Totem. And the cool thing about his Healing Totem is on a 30-second cooldown, which for me makes it a bit stronger. And Healing Totem, just like his Slow Totem, needs to be placed correctly. And I see this happen incorrectly so many times. Like, I see people like just slam their healing wards while they're fighting, and it's like fighting on top of your healing ward, right? Like, you should never want to do this, because the enemy is going to have a much easier time killing that healing ward, right? Instead, you would want to do, a defensive position. Maybe this, right? Another really cool trick with the healing ward, and a lot of people don't know, is you can shove them in bushes. And not only, can the enemy not see this healing ward now, but it also grants you vision of the bush, right? And healing ward gets vision of any space that you put it. So if I were to be doing this camp, and let's say, or this is even a better example, so I'm doing this camp over here, and I want to know if the enemy's coming, but I also want to heal myself, I can put the healing ward here, and I'm doing the camp very safely. I'm also getting regened by the ward, and I have vision, and the other team can't just show up and like, oh, we just got ganked, we didn't see that coming, right? This is really relevant on maps. Like, a couple examples would be Blackheart's Bay. The easy camp on Blackheart's Bay, if you're doing the easy camp on your side, put the healing ward in that brush towards the middle of the map, right? Another is Battlefield for Eternity. If you're doing the hard camp on Battlefield, put the healing ward over the wall in case they come in from the middle, right? I guess Garden of Terror would be another one. Your easy camp on Garden, put the healing ward in the bush right there. Just that bit of vision that the ward gives, it's already going to sustain you, and since it's on a 30-second cooldown, it's not even that big of a deal to, use it on a camp, right? By the time you get the camp and you've ran off of the camp, it's probably on a 10 to 15-second cooldown. So it's not a huge deal to use, and I see this failed over and over with a lot of Rehgar players, is where they place their healing ward. So important, especially in team fights, being able to, bite in and then sneak the healing ward in a brush aggressively that the enemy team can't see. On BOE, that's a great map for an example of like sneaking a healing ward, or even Infernal Shrines with, let's say, the bottom middle shrine, right? The bottom shrine, I guess, is technically what it is. You can shove the healing ward in the kind of horseshoe shaped hooks, and it'll heal onto the shrine, but the enemy can't see it. So as long as this ward's in fog, the enemy can't see it, and it will be healing you, and it will grant you vision. So super important. When you drop it, don't just put it beside of yourself and be okay with it, right? Think about it. And like I said, with the bushes, even, like, if you're dueling somebody, put the healing ward down and duel them right in this area, right? Like, I want to duel Arthas here now, because he doesn't know that that healing ward's there. It's going to help me trade up every single time. So I talked a lot about healing ward. I hope you guys don't mind that, but I think that it is so important, and it's super effective at the moment, this patch currently, with the heroes that are being used. So we're going to look at our 7 now. I mean, there's really just one that we want to be taking % of the time. It's going to be Cleanse. This is self-explanatory. I don't need to go much into detail about it. Always use cleanse on a target that you think is going to get killed. Don't just use cleanse to use it. A lot of people just cleanse just to cleanse, right? Always cleanse someone when they're definitely going to die if you don't, and save it until that moment. Or cleanse someone who's definitely going to get a kill and won't if you don't. So there's two different ways to use it: aggressively, defensively. Don't just use it to use it because someone got stunned by a Murden Hammer. If you don't need to get cleansed, totemic projection's pretty good. Being able to move your totem is not a bad thing. Blood and Thunder is also pretty solid. These are two good choices. I think I would go Projection if I didn't. I took Colossal Totem, and I would go Blood and Thunder if I took Lightning Bond. So now we get to the Bloodlust. I do believe that this is the talent you want to be taking now. 40% attack speed, 30% move speed, and your heals. Your basic attacks from your teammates heal. So it's kind of like Ancestral, but your team has to attack. And as long as you're being aggressive, especially in Hero League, because most of the time in Hero League it's like 5v5 clash, like everybody run into each other, smash, win or lose. And if you're the team with the Bloodlust, you most of the time win. Looking at the 13 talents, I personally love Earth Shield. The other you can go is Tidal Waves. This is for the sustained Rehgar if the other team has heavy poke. But because we're taking Bloodlust and because we're hard engaging, typically take Earth Shield. This is also a good way to yourself a little bit. You can keep yourself alive this way, but this pairs really nicely with the Diablos and the ETCs. And most of the time with this talent, I essentially pre-shield up one of my teammates the same way I would do Task Shield, more or less. And I throw the shield on my ETC and absorb shield damage rather than his health. And if he does aggress, then he, will have that shield, will have the lightning shield, and I can do the next one up on him, right? Shield lasts 5 seconds. It's on an 8-second cooldown. So you can almost have, not necessarily 100% uptime, but close to it. So we're looking at our 16 talents now. If your team doesn't have a lot of CC, I think Earth Grasp is the best talent here. And again, this well with Colossal Totem. If you get Colossal Totem and Earth Grasp, you have like a crazy way to engage for your team. Like follow up. If anyone has follow up CC, they can follow up on this. But Hunger of the Wolf is not bad either. If your team doesn't need the CC and the enemy is very healthy and tanky, Hunger of the Wolf is actually a solid choice. We also have Rising Storm now, which is solid with the buffed Lightning Shield, but I find myself going Earth Grasp, I'd say 75% of the time, and then Hunger probably 20% of the time, and then Rising Storm 5. So it's very rare that I go this talent. It's like, if you have an Illidan or something along that and they have heavy melee. But for the most part, it's normally Earth Grasp because this allows me, especially in Hero League, to engage for my team right now. So if I bite in and then drop my totem, my team can engage on that as I peel away. So I find that to be really powerful. So now the last talent is going to be our 20. I would say most of the time we're taking Gladiator's War Shout. It looks, this buffs even more. They just had a hotfix. I don't know if I want to say that this was 90% of basic attack damage done, so this might have gotten nerfed. So the patch just happened where they nerfed Rag, and I think this went from 30 to 90, but maybe it did only go from 30 to 60. But I want to say like yesterday this was 90. Anyways, regardless, if your team has heavy autos and they are going to get a lot of life off of the lifesteal, then this is the talent you want to take. If not, then Storm Shield's really good. The other thing about Storm Shield too that I like is if your team is going to die quickly, right? If they're going to get one shot, and if you live through the one shot, you win, take Storm Shield. So if we're running them over and we're going to be very aggressive and they're not going to one shot, scrap it out, then we take Gladiator's out. If not, we're going to go with Storm Shield. So those are the talent choices for Rehgar. And I'll talk more as we get into the game about, how the team fight and our positioning within the team fight. A lot of the time, though, it is just going in, biting, dropping your totem, right? Aggressive, then you want to, bite in, fight him from here. And looking for the window for your bloodlust. Looking for, you know, can we go? And if we should, let's hit it and just boost into battle. The other thing is going to be, chain heal. I didn't talk much about this, but chain heal you want to use as a sustain tool, whereas, lightning shield you want to use more of a burst heal tool. Same with your healing ward, you want to drop this to sustain people, and then maybe you can hold off your Q to burst heal people out of death. But you're not really healing. You are healing to sustain people to full, but you're winning off of the fact that people are healthy, you're bloodlusting, and you're winning before someone dies, rather than, like a monk with palm. You're winning when the other team overextends to kill your team. You palm, the person dies, gets the palm heal, and then you turn from there. So Rehgar is more of a, your team's full health, you hit bloodlust, their team's full health. They don't have bloodlust, you win the fight, right? It's very important to remember that. And again, like when we look at compositions for Rehgar, we want aggressive melee attackers. Thrall is like so crucial with the Earthquake. That's insane synergy. We have heroes like Raynor nowadays and Tychus. Those work really well. Whereas things like Li Ming and Kael'thas and Jaina, that's not necessarily the area we want to be in when we take the Rehgar with Bloodlust. So think about that when you're drafting him in composition. Although you can draft those heroes with him, you really want to, if you're team playing with a team, or if you're a chair league team, you really want to draft heroes that are going to benefit from that attack speed and that life steal, rather than heroes that are just going to enjoy the movement speed from the talent. We're going to hop into the gameplay now, and then I'll talk a little bit more when we start that game up. So we are hopping into this game, and compositionally, I think we're fairly even. It's actually scary to deal with the Lily when we are going to be putting a lot of our strength into the Bloodlust. So Lily blinding on Bloodlust could be an issue, especially with like an Artanis who needs to hit. And then the Tyrial Sanctification on the Bloodlust. These are like actually two great counters for it. But because we have the Thrall, I think, that Earthquake pressure with the Bloodlust might catch these players off guard. And it can be overwhelming for the enemy team to kind of, react to it, right? If we jump the gun quick and they don't react fast enough, then we should be able to just run over top of them. But we'll see how it goes looking at the comps. And I do want to say, going into this game as well, we should win the solo lane, but may have trouble in the 4-man. Cleanse is going to be really powerful against the Varian stun, so I'll be able to cleanse that, and I can even cleanse Lily blinds too. So there's some options. There's a lot of different outs. We'll see how the game goes. A quick heads up: I am, like I said, on my laptop using a different headset, and for some reason I'm having terrible audio issues. I noticed it after I first recorded a video on this laptop. So I'm playing without sound. You will hear my keyboard and mouse, and you will hear my voice, but there won't be any sound on this video. I need to figure it out, but until I resolve the issue, I want to get this video out and hopefully figure it out by tomorrow and have a new video for you guys then. But until then, I won't have in-game noise or in-game sounds, so you'll only have my voice to kind of go by. So looking at this game and this team comp, I think this is a comp where we want to take the Colossal Totem, right? We're also on a map where we're not really gonna be killing many minions, right? I think, the easy camp Lightning Bond might be strong, but I think having Colossal Totem for the peel, the kite potential, the engage potential is gonna be more effective than having the Lightning Bond, to try to throw on maybe the Artanis at most. So we'll take the Colossal Totem here. Now the other team's already grouped middle. My team's kind of spread. We do have a bot player. I know he's here, so hopefully he rejoins. But for now, he is in the top lane. Just kind of top us off, right? Let's see if we can get some pressure down here in the bottom lane. Somewhere there's a Nova. I have to be careful here though. If Nova gets on me, I'll get chunked and out traded. But as long as it's 1v1, like I won that trade there against the Vala. And even if, we see the Nova here, if she were to walk into this bush, she would lose the trade. I just have to be careful for taking 2v1s. But Rehgar is great at 2v2s. So you see here too, when I lightning shield, I want to stand in the middle of the lane, so I'm hitting, all the minions, not just the front minions or the back minions. It's important to try to damage every minion you can. This guy needs healing. Once I get healing ward, I can just kind of come down here and drop him a healing ward. This Artanis bot is tearing them up though, until he dies. I'll try to bait out. Gotta be careful for the Nova. I don't think Ball's being that careful. So now we have healing ward. I'll just drop it in the lane. We want to fight in this ward, right? I think we got this guy. One more auto. Oh, if I had the lightning shield on me, I might even die for this. Got one. Vala died for that. I should get out though. And I have tap ready. I might have been able to, when I bit the Lily, applied lightning shield immediately. Like if you bite and then lightning shield, you can move at the same time. So I might have been able to do that and kill the Lily there. I want to try to reserve some of my mana. So if I do want to heal somebody, then it's probably better at this point to drop healing ward, right, to sustain. That's not, so the real one's somewhere down here. So yeah, so if I want to sustain someone and heal someone up, top someone off, right, it's probably better at this point to healing ward than it would be to... Wait, what is this guy doing? I think we got it. Oh, I got the lightning wolf, or not the lightning wolf, the wolf form. There's a bug too. You have to be really careful if you auto attack and then Z. I'll show you it right now. If you auto and then Z, you sometimes cancel your wolf form altogether. You don't go wolf at all. And so you have to be careful about that. If you do it kind of mid punch, mid auto attack animation, then it bugs out. I think cleanse here is good, right? Because we're against the Varian. I'm gonna go down to the Artanis. Might be able to kill this guy even. Maybe not. So again, we can put the healing ward here and then fight them. He got it with his slow. Uh-oh. This is probably the end for me. I'm gonna try to juke. Yeah. Nova showed up. That was a punish on where I had placed the healing ward. The problem was where I put it was where I was walking. Typically, I like putting it behind where I could go to, right? When I put it for the Vala, for example, I put it behind her, so if she were to run back, she would still be in it. There, I place it in I think a good spot originally, but when I walked the corner, it no longer became a good spot. If I stayed out here, it was a solid spot to place it. The Nova showing up and taking me down. Maybe we can kill. We should be able to kill this Lily if the Artanis plays up on her. It looks like he's just getting the objective, so I'll just lightning shield myself and push. Probably a good chance that we have the Nova coming down again. See, like now this is a good healing ward spot, right? Because we're fighting on the outside. Alright, so Nova just died top. So we know there's no Nova to worry about. So I can play fairly aggressive. Good swap. Should be able to get him here. Oh, see, I got the bug again, man. Never lucky. Oh, this guy thought he was dead. I have tap up. Should be able to just go into them. Good earthquake. I want to get on the point so they don't get DK. Chasing a Lily. Never lucky. Good swap again. I can look to like drop totem on that swap too. It's another like good area to totem. Oh no, people are dying. Can maybe look to fight here with bloodlust. That's not the real one. I did not see the way the real one went. I thought he went up, but he could have cut back. We still don't know where the real Nova's at. Try to juke this. Oh look. Nice. So now we want to just kind of sit in the healing ward. I really need to get some mana back. Maybe I have tap in 20. So we got the DK break. The variant did go Fury, so he's got the kind of auto attack. Oh, Chromie just died randomly. Probably stepped up into the variant. You gotta be really careful with variant. Like, he can come down collapse on us right now. If he stuns Thrall, it's not a big deal because I'll just cleanse it off. But if he stuns me, like, that's when, you know, we can, you know, trouble can happen. Actually, let's kill this guy. They have bloodlust soon, so I'll bite to the minion to put the slow ward, and then I'll put a lightning shield on this guy. Then, you know, maybe drop the healing ward in the bush. Glitch out on the bite a couple times. I think a lot of support players have actually been complaining about not so much the, you know, you can't bite them, because I think they fixed that, the one where it wouldn't bite, but they're complaining more now about the auto attack cancel, which we've actually seen a few times this game. Uh oh. I got bloodlust off. They should be able to win with the bloodlust if they fight. Maybe not. Judgment. Oh man, yeah, it's another one that I can't get off of myself. Can't cleanse that off. I need him to judgment someone else, so I need to play a bit more passive. I played up on the Vola and bit at her, and was kind of frontline, and I need to play behind these two. I guess it's kind of weird, like, not saying Artanis isn't a tank because he is, but not having like you know, like a healthy tank, or like a CC engaged tank. And again, I think Artanis is an engage, and he is a warrior, but I don't know if he's like the tank that I'm used to having. So I need to position better, especially with the judgment tier. I didn't check that. I figured he would go sync. Just makes more sense. We got him. Perfect. Especially against the earthquake. So now we'll go soak out bottom. Still have control of the bot lane. Somebody's dead again. Oh, Nova killed top. So their team is very, like, get picks. So, oh man, that Ghost Wolf thing is so annoying. So it's possible that Ancestral might have been just for this game's sake. But I think Bloodlust is very powerful if we do team fight. Oh, he sees me. They'll probably collapse too. Might be able to get away with this if he doesn't judgment. Oh no, multi shot. Oh, I was hoping he wouldn't judgment me. Very close to getting away there with the movement speed, but to no success. Judgment Tyrael prevails. With follow through. Oof. All point click stuns. We got Varian E. And we have Judgment. Look at this minion. Alright, so yeah, our Earth Grasp Totem is where I want to be at this game. Oh, good try. See there. Get like a nice, fairly good engage from the Earth Grasp Totem. I can 1v1 this guy. I can't 2v1. Cannot 2v1. Don't judgment me. Lightning shield. Oh, there it is. Bait. I'll have heal for myself. No, you're not getting away. Oh no. Nova! I'm getting hunted, dude. Oh my goodness. I thought the coast was clear. If I didn't even, I could have sidestepped the snipe maybe and lived there. I think the 2 follow throughs from her 7 would have gotten her there though. I should have killed Vol and just ran. I think I was like, oh, I can go fight more people now. Red light. Alright, so we'll see now if we can defend. Oh, that swap would have been big. I want to ping to let my team know that Bloodlust is down, so they don't expect it in a team fight. This guy just sorted. We might be able to get some pressure here. These swords over. Oh, he's just gonna die. Interesting. Juked it. No judgment this time. Save the well. Structurally, we're doing alright this game. See if we can find the Nova. If we can drop a totem and then put a shield on it, then it'll spot her. Plus we get the engage, right? Because we'll get the slow. See if we can find her. Earthquake does the trick too. I have to watch out here because they have a wall, so we can't really engage. I feel like I just got hit by a stone wall. Oh my goodness, I have a lot of damage. I don't know what damaged us to see the blind on multiple people. I'll try to tank the snipe. Little turn. Yeah, the 4-man blind, like I said, going into this game with the bloodlust, like, oh man. Oh boy. I had heals up too. Yeah, going into this game, like, bloodlusting into the 4-man blind doesn't really do it that well. and this Lily has gone full, like, shut us down if we try to bloodlust. With the lack of engage, we need to like get an Artanis swap in order to live. You should live there. Yeah, we need like an Artanis swap if we're gonna get an engage. And even then, I think just the blind is gonna hurt our team. A lot of us do damage. There's at least 3 heroes that do auto. Kind of gets away with it, but she did go auto attack build. So, and Chromie, I don't think will ever get blinded. So, it's always gonna be us 4. I think we can still work around it. I haven't really gotten any cleanse value this game. Most of these fights have either ended in, me getting picked or someone else getting picked prior to the fight, like before I'm anywhere near them. Utilize cleanse. So I don't think cleanse is like a bad talent here. I just haven't really had a chance to get value out of it. You're gonna get DK. Maybe Tyrial suicide here. I think that sandstorm is pretty good. Might be able to get 20 bottom before they push in mid. Gotta watch out for, I guess, the Nova. Let's see what she took at 20. She went double precision, so I don't actually have to worry about her. If she had gone rewind, it'd be a bit more scary, but double precision's not too bad. It looks like there's the blind. This is crushing us. Good swaps, though. Really good swaps. We'll go Storm Shield for the moment. We really need to get ahead here. Nice. Judgment. One of these is real. Bummer. Alright, let's get out this camp and push. Should be able to push this. I don't know how much value we're gonna get, but Artanis is fairly good at like backdooring buildings. They're up soon though, so we have to be careful. Sleeve. Oh man. It's pretty good value. We can core now. Core with DK now. Those really good swaps from the Artanis though. 2 times in a row, he got huge swaps. I need to get mid. Maybe can cleanse the sink or something, or the judgment. Alright, so we'll help Thrall do this camp. Even though Thrall crushes easies. Because of follow through. Top that off. I don't know. I think they're looking for a fight in here. Oh no. Oh, Kite. Get him. There we go. We finally got some cleanse value. Try to stand the ceiling ward. We're back to full. Should be able to kill this guy. Nice, nice, nice. Get DK and core. Get DK and core. We get DK, we win. Oh no, there's a Nova behind me. I just saw her. There you go. There's the totem lightning shield right there. You find her, and she's pretty much dead once you've got her revealed. Especially with the slow totem at 16. I could have, I can use any cooldown there as long as I kill her. It's totally worth the cooldowns. Especially considering it's a staggered death. So now, so now we don't have to worry about Nova, even though her team's, maybe all still alive. I think we should be able to just run this into the core with no fear. I'm gonna try to cleanse the sync or cleanse the stun. We'll just hit core. I don't think there's really much they can do to stop this. Yeah, nice. So we ended up getting a little bit of bloodlust value there at the very end off that sync turn for Chromie. That was a really, really good turn. And we had two really good fights on keep, honestly, with the bloodlust turn. But you saw there that synergy between Thrall and the Rehgar, like Thrall earthquakes and then you bloodlust and you can engage into them and they can't really kite out of it. So overall, I think the game went really well. I do believe that doing more camps would have been beneficial, like getting easies out in hards, as Rehgar can do that really well. The only problem with that game was the lanes are a little, clunky, I guess you could say, and we had that bot in the early stages of the game, so it made it a little different too. But we did end up, putting out some pretty good healing. We had the nice bloodlust. A lot of really good things going on. I do think that this was the best build, and I do like the Storm Shield, right? Because we have the Nova, we have the Varian. They're going to be trying to just, basically kill one person super quickly. And if we can turn on that, we're going to get a lot more value out of it. But that is going to be it for this Rehgar video, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have any further questions about Rehgar, let me know in the comment section below. About talents or really any kind of questions at all, compositions even. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to throw a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can always check me out on Twitch and Twitter. Those are both going to be located below. I do stream on Twitch fairly, almost nightly. I want to say nightly. There's some nights where I don't, but even the nights that I shouldn't, I still usually do because I just love playing Heroes of the Storm. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.